I think the other matter that you raised is the involvement in the parliamentary process through representation, through nomination. That is something. I was in Ghana, the same was raised. I was in Rwanda, the same was raised. So the death bills are very heavy, and we are listening. It's something that we need to discuss. On our side, our Kenya Kwanza formation. You know what happens in Parliament? Those positions are shared depending on the strength of the party. Right now, we are almost slightly more than half. So I believe in our part of the coalition, that is something that we can be able to discuss from the Kenya Kwanza formation. I don't know what is the position of our brothers on the other side of the divide. But even when there are amendments to the Constitution through a parliamentary process, it is something that we can put on the table, and I've taken very good note of that one. On the issue of voting rights, it's true, it's a constitutional requirement. We need you people in the diaspora to be part of the decision-making process to determine the leadership of Kenya. More so because you have loved ones back at home, you have people that are important to you, and they need to be governed well. And since you have more exposure, you should participate in deciding the leadership of the country. Of course, as it were, the matter is handled by the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, which is an independent commission. But the problem has not been that they are not willing. It has been the budgetary allocation. So that is something as a government we need to do. Ask them to map the whole world, and as a government allocate sufficient funds to enable them register voters across the world and create polling stations within the country so that people can exercise their voting right and they can participate in the democratic process of deciding who leads Kenya and how Kenyans are governed. So that is something we'll be pursuing. Of course, you know, as we speak today, we don't have commissioners for the IBC. The process had begun in earnest, but you know there are few dynamics after the demonstrations and the wearing of sufurias on the head. And I'm sure in the due course, commissioners will be in place, and then as a government we can engage them about the diaspora vote so that we can be able to make some progress